I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, you're a
I
working
can't like
man.
yeah.
You got some
I don't know how
shoulders
people
on
do
you.
shit when they're like. I totally get when people like after work they just don't want to do shit. I used to always be that guy. I'd be at open mics or something. It's like, what do you mean you're tired? It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I get it, man.
Well, they want to eat.
When you're worried, you want to just sit down. You want to sit down and like, you want a nice. I don't really drink, but I totally get it.
Oh,
You want a Budweiser.
Well,
You want a nice little like. I want like a TV tray. I want like a football game playing.
Oh, that's how you're
That's
thinking?
pretty much all I could think about. It's not even football season.
Well, I know you all day at work. You're thinking, I can't wait to scroll on my phone. I'm gonna look at
Right.
TikTok. So you get to do some of
Well,
that.
I'm halfway scrolling on my phone at work, but I am on my feet. So it's like, do you just want to spend all day? I just want to sit down.
What type of stuff do you daydream about when you work?
Oh, I'm on like, I got audiobooks going. So
Oh, really?
I'm learning about complex, economics
Oh, wow.
while I'm lifting boxes.
Dude, that's wild.
But it's like, that's pretty much the biggest advantage of my job is
You
the
can
fact
learn.
that like, well, just like it's such a dumb job that no one's talking to me or bothering me about anything. So I can pretty much like, I have some autonomy.
Well, you're learning two things. You're learning about books and you're learning about reality of life.
Right. Well, it's physical and mental at the same time. So it's like you get that like, I feel like my job is like from the neck down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like up here, it's all me.
Imagine if you had a wife bitching at you
Oh my God.
every day. All you do is fill boxes, Dan.
Right? How are you going to feed our son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want him to go to private school.
Yeah.
That's expensive, that private school.
It'll get you.
My buddy got a kid in private school.
Yeah.
He don't even want to let him hang out with the other kids. He's like, they're chewing Christmas lights.
Well, I mean, it's fucked up because you can spend all this money to put your kids in private school, but then after school, they're hanging out with some asshole at the car wash.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, no, what am I paying all this money for?
Yep.
Yeah, you're supposed to be better than him.
Don't hang out with them.
Yeah.
I'm going to govern who my kids hang out with because you're the best of 5 people you're around.
Everybody says that, but then it's like your kids do want, once you tell them, it's like a Bill Cosby reverse psychology thing. You tell them they can't hang out with Dom. It's like they're going to try to hang out with Dom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You tell your kid, no, I don't want you work at the car wash. Next thing you know, he's sneaking out at night and washing cars.
Yep. That's what happened with me.
Yeah.
They didn't want me boxing.
You
I
wanted
was going.
something better for you.
Well, everybody had to always come to my house anyway. I wasn't really allowed to go nowhere. So, people ain't coming over.
But I mean, like, did you ever have any friends back in the day who was like, that's like the bad kid?
Yeah.
And your parents telling you that's the bad. Parents know.
Even with movies, there was a movie I was a big fan of Macaulay Culkin. It was called like the Son or the One or something.
Good Son or something.
Good Son.
Yeah.
My mother wouldn't let me watch it, and dude, that's all I wanted to do was watch that.
There
movie.
you go. It wasn't even that good of a movie.
I still haven't even watched it. What was the bad thing that she didn't want me to see?
I won't spoil it for you, but it's like
Man.
that was like it was right after he did Home Alone, so
Yeah.
this was like a real dark, a dark turn, dramatic turn for Macaulay Culkin.
Well, remember the movie where he was in love with the girl and she got killed by bees?
No.
Oh yeah, that was one too.
Oh yeah.
He kissed her and then she got attacked by bees and died.
But see, that's the thing. All you got to do as a parent is say no, and next thing you know, that's all they want to do.
How much money would you pay to hang out with Macaulay Culkin?
Not that much. If I was a little kid back in the day, when it was like Home Alone, when that first came out, that would have been exciting. Now it's like, I don't know, what would I even do?
I'd like to hear about the grown Macaulay Culkin.
He is like, he's still around. His brother's
I've been
famous
trying
now.
to find him. I've seen the videos. He's always by Central Park.
His
brother's famous
His
now?
brother's in the play with Burr.
Get out. That's
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Kieran Culkin. Yeah.
I thought that was just a coincidental thing.
No, he was like in that show Succession on HBO. Now he's like, he's everywhere. The guy's famous.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. I thought I saw Macaulay Culkin like a month ago, and now I've been like on this kick, like I gotta meet him.
I think he is a New York guy. He's probably around.
Yeah.
I think he's just a guy you'd see like you'd walk right by him.
Yeah.
He's probably like out in public eating a slice of pizza or something.
Looks like he's got a beard on him now.
No, he's like he's older than us.
But I'd love to hang out with the dude.
Yeah.
Sincerely, I'd probably be like, dude, I had my tonsils out. I was trying to watch that movie.
Yeah. Man, Home Alone. When that first came out, life changing.
I watched it a million times.
That was a movie about a kid who really made something happen for himself.
I had that voice recorder thing.
Oh yeah.
The little silver tie, the identical one.
Yeah. What a guy. But like that's the thing when you have kids, I think you got to reverse psychology them into doing something good. You know what I mean?
How'd your...
It's like, I don't want you tell your kid, I don't want you reading the Bible.
Yeah.
That's the devil right there. The next thing you know, he's going to be wanting to, like, you know, sneak off and read the Bible.
Well, you got to be careful because, you know, I remember my parents told me I couldn't read. They're like, don't even try. And then when I was like 30 or 28.
You weren't even tempted.
Yeah, I was like, I think I could do it. And I started with little kid books. For real, I was like 28. And I just was like, I'm looking up words. I figured it out.
Wow.
My hardest part, I used to keep my finger because I start daydreaming. You know, you go down the page, you start thinking about go-karts or something.
That's a big mistake people make with reading, is trying to do the finger thing.
Yeah.
Because that just means you're doing two things instead of one thing.
Well, the secret's the bookmark underneath.
Okay.
You know, and then you move it down a line.
But the problem is that, like I'm saying, instead of doing one thing, reading is just one thing. But when you're trying to do the finger and the thing moving, then you're doing two things.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's like you're trying to double up.
Plus you're reading. You start looking at... Now, you know, I don't know. What do you think the difference was? Because with you know shit. You play the violin, right?
Uh-huh.
The bass. You read. How old were you when you learned your second language?
I don't know any second languages, really.
Oh, you didn't have to do Spanish?
It's in school.
Yeah, everybody had to do Spanish in school, and nobody could speak it.
I could speak it, like, conversationally when I was in Mexico or something.
I remember I was in Spanish class, Miss Ducko, for about 2 days, and they just took me out. Like, they were like, he's definitely not going to get this.
This kid barely knows English.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pulled me right out of the class.
This boy ain't right.
I couldn't believe it. I was trying.
Yeah.
I hugged her a few times.
Yeah. No, but it's like there's certain things where it's like, I always feel like when people try to get too complex in terms of like life hacks about how they're going to go to the gym, and they say one of the things you're supposed to do, you got to like put your shoes over here, and you got to set your clothes out, and then you got to like trick yourself somehow into going to the gym, and you have to pay for the thing, and it's like they give you like this whole list. It's like you do all this stuff, then you're going to end up working out and, you know, losing that weight or gaining muscle or whatever. But it's like, if you got to do 10 things before you go to the gym, that's not making it easy for yourself.
Yeah.
That's making it worse. You just got to fucking go.
Yeah, and it changes your life.
Yeah. Stop with all these. Stop trying to hack your life.
I get lazy with the gym, but with books I noticed, you know, when I read books, certain words will stick out to me, and I'll just say them 5,000 times in 2 days.
Right. Yeah.
You know? Like opportunity. You know,
right.
It's like it's a word you don't really say a lot. I've been saying it's in this book. They were like, and the girl had an opportunity, and it was the opportunity. And you read it 5 or 6 times, and it's like, I'm walking down the street going, opportunity.
Wow.
Those words stick to you. There's another good word in there I was trying to think of. I wanted to use it. Innocuous. Does that mean anything?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What's that mean?
That's some 8th grade shit right there. Yeah, it's something that's not harmful. It's innocuous.
Yeah,
it's something that's like, it's not that not great, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
could be worse. It's like drinking green tea. Yeah, it's
innocuous.
All right. Yeah, it won't hurt you too much. It's like 2% beer.
I like that word. Man, I had one of those 10%ers, dude. It's crazy. One beer will knock you back.
Oh my god, I hate it. Like IPA or whatever.
Yeah,
it feels like you just like had lunch.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I miss our burger spot, dude. There's no burgers that stand next to that.
Yeah.
I got the Fat Boys up the street, rip off. I don't want to say that. People probably work there, but I'm just like, man. And you know what else, man? It's like coffee and food is way up. Like, dude, I had to walk away from a coffee shop this morning. $7.35 for a cup of coffee.
For black coffee?
Iced coffee, yeah.
Iced
coffee.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Nah, come on, dude.
You gotta just get hot coffee.
Oh, it's my MacBook. Hold on.
Oh, man, this dude's doing business over here.
Mac. Oh, it's a scam.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to turn that off, actually. It's good to have the MacBook phone thing on for when you lose your phone. You leave it in a cab, you know?
Hell yeah.
You could call it with the MacBook, trace it with the MacBook.
I feel like if I wasn't here, you would have picked that up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you would have talked to the guy for a while.
I would have answered. Well, they know how to get me.
You would have ended up giving some information away.
It says Ohio call, and that always makes me go for it.
Yeah. They tell you that your car insurance is expired or something?
Yeah, I mean, even most of the time with those calls, even when I do answer, it's innocuous, you know.
Oh, there you go.
See,
you got to sneak that in.
Yeah.
You got to start reading some of those, like, because you're saying you, like, repeat stuff to yourself. You got to start reading some of those, like, get rich kind of books. Where you like say the affirmation. It's like the secret.
The Napoleon Hill.
Yeah. You say like, I will be a successful man.
Yeah.
No one could stop me.
Well, I had
And you
the
just walk down
audio.
the steps and you just keep saying it.
Yeah.
No one will stop me today.
The auto is, if a man's doeth,
Exactly.
then the man will come forward.
First you say it, then you do it.
Yeah.
And there is no power in the universe that can stop a man who is determined to do what he will do.
In all my years of talking to millionaires, it's not a mistake. Hard work pays off.
Here's the thing: when we make fun of that stuff, that shit works. If you what you think is what ends up what you think is what you end up doing.
I believe that.
So
100%.
it is like it is a self-fulfilling prophecy, especially if you're already kind of like predisposed to be lazy.
I've been putting your advice in with writing. I thought, let me write, dude. I started writing. I'm having a blast, man.
Daily, it's what you do every day. You know, doing a little bit every day is better than doing a lot one day a week.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like it adds up.
You ever meet those people that lift weights and they'll do like 3,000 curls every 5 years?
Yeah.
They call people.
Yeah. So the more you think about these things, the less likely you're ever going to do it. The more you talk about it, the less it's going to happen.
You should write a book like that, but have it all clean and neat, like 3 words on every page.
All right. Yeah.
That's really all that you need, you know? You could talk about it or you could do it.
Mm-hmm. I'm one of those guys. Well, I got to be one of those. I got to get in real good shape first. Just to be, I could be like the David Goggins guy, who's like, oh, he's yelling at you to go running in the morning.
Yeah, but you could just have a black shirt on. You're
You
good.
lazy piece of shit. Just the guy who's standing over your bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How bad do you want it?
I like, man, shout out to who I like. I don't know if you're a fan of this guy, E.T., the hip-hop preacher.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's my favorite.
Classic.
I know him from back in the day. Like, I used to watch him.
Uh-huh.
You know, woo! He knows how to put a little bit out.
Well, it's a very like it's like a it is like a preacher, but it's like it gets you hyped up.
Yeah.
It's not just like, you're talking to yourself, but it's like, I feel like doing some shit.
Yeah, I can't really get all in with the David Goggins because in every video at first you're into it, but then they show his full body and you see how wrecked his knees are.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to listen
This
to
dude
nothing.
keeps running marathons. His
Yeah.
knees are all fucked up.
They're all swelled up.
It's like, no, pick a different sport.
It's like there's certain jeans he can't even put on.
Well, his legs are going like this.
Yeah.
So it's like your shit's backwards.
But the middle's all big.
But it's like once you get to that fucked up, it's like switch to swimming.
Right.
Yeah, do something else.
It's like that's no good, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever you're saying ain't right.
You're going to hurt yourself. But it is just like my problem is with like those motivational videos where it's like Mike Tyson and then it cuts to Arnold Schwarzenegger and it's Tiger Woods or something. It's like you got to do that. That's got to be a limited thing. I'll spend an hour watching those fucking videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get hyped up and just keep watching videos.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, it's got to be 5 minutes in the morning. I'll watch a Mike Tyson video, then I go do something.
Yeah.
Then you go, you paint a wall or something.
I do the highlights of Mike Tyson knocking people out when I'm on the treadmill.
Ah, hell yeah.
That's my go-to.
course.
It makes me run, too.
I think that is probably one of the most common videos on YouTube in terms of the type of video. There's got to be thousands of Mike Tyson compilations.
Yeah.
Where it's just like him saying, I'll eat your children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make love to you till you love me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's what people
It's
did
hard to
back
wake
in the
up.
day.
You got to do what you don't want to do. You do it like you love it.
I remember my papa threatening somebody. It's like, I'll smack my dick off your face. It's like, that's what they said back in the day.
Oh, it was something, the kind of thing you get so mad that what you're saying doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just that's how fucking crazy Mike Tyson was.
Well, that's the way to demoralize people,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm Jack Dempsey.
Yeah.
I'm Joe Louis.
Man.
I'm Alexander the Great.
I looked up that one fight. I got into the fight, the old school fights. 7-hour fight, 110 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. You see some of the damage.
They fight in the rain.
Who's sitting there watching that fight that long?
They fought like, people just didn't have shit going on. You fought like outside back then.
Yeah, I guess you're right. People didn't have shit going on.
Yeah.
People ain't going to that 7. Nobody's
Well, I think
watching.
there was also one of the things, there was no like knockdown rule. So it's like if you got knocked down, you could always just like fall down at any time in the fight
Yeah.
and then just pop back up.
I was talking to a dude in Times Square. He's a little loose dude, and I was like just talking to him. So he said he got arrested when he was 16 in prison. And he goes, one dude, he really looked out for me in there. He always knew I was like good at fighting and stuff. So for practice, he'd always have me fighting everybody. And he's like, I did like 9 years, man. I got in like hundreds of fights. I've been rocked, man. I know I'm a little off.
Wow.
And it's like, buddy, that dude didn't like you. Like, it's all about perspective. The dude
Right.
had people fight you every day. There is no way. I don't know about prison rules, but if you had somebody fight you every day till you have brain damage, he didn't.
Well, the
like
thing is, that guy probably thought, this dude's gonna last 1 or 2 fights,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
And then just for 10 years, it's like, man, you're fighting again. Yeah. We're gonna keep doing this.
Right.
How long is this gonna keep going on?
And the dude is rocked. You could tell he's got brain damage.
Wow.
He's like, Rikers, those prison systems, Alabama prison changed me permanently. He's like, the gay stuff's more official. They don't frown upon it in Alabama.
Oh, wow. See, I bet you, too, if you actually watched that guy fight, it would not look good.
Oh, yeah.
It would be a
It'd
lot
be
of
an
this.
ugly fight.
It would be a lot of,
Well, a lot of him taking hits, I'm sure.
a lot of hooks.
He had dents and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot
It would be a lot of hooks.
Not a lot of footwork.
He told me his secret was he'd get down by his ankles and try to bite down here by the tendon.
Oh, wow.
He's like, people in prison, the shoes are low. You can get that tendon.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's like, I feel like he probably spent like 20 fights trying to workshop that.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the one. He keep getting fucking hit in the back of the head.
Yeah, he's like, you could take blows to your back, all this, your spine, your ribs.
Wow.
He's like, but you get that, they'll jolt.
Man, I wonder if it's like there's a certain point in prison where I think you earn people's respect by showing you have heart.
Yeah.
But then that goes too far.
Yeah.
You're supposed to stop fighting then. Once you made your point. You don't just keep going.
Well, we got nothing to do in here. I think that's what they do. They all got phones in prison now, so they're trying to fight and tape it.
Oh,
and
right.
go viral. Send roses. You'll see the dude all half his head swelled up. Yo, send roses.
Yeah.
Send
they're all
hearts.
going live now.
Yeah, they go live and fight in the showers.
Hey. I feel like I'd almost rather not have the phone at that point.
Right. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it would just make things go even worse for it.
When you see them cooking on tables, it's like, can you imagine the disease, the lead paint, everything? They'll just start a fire underneath their table.
Right.
And they'll be making rice with the top of a can.
Well, they're always showing off how many snacks they got.
Yeah.
It's the guy who has like a fucking 400 cans of tuna.
You're right.
Yeah, it's like he's doing like Floyd Mayweather with it.
Or they got those macarons, or that fish, whatever, macaroy.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be pouring that on the rice. Now, you got to give your roommate just enough.
Yeah. It's no good. Those guys, though, I feel like those are the guys who need to be reading those motivational books.
Yeah.
That's when you really, I feel like, all that kind of stuff, my visual, whenever I watch those like Mike Tyson videos, I always visualize myself in prison.
Yeah.
Like doing push-ups and like making plans and shit.
Uh-huh.
That's when you really get like, that kind of motivation going. Because for us, it's like, it's hard to be that motivated.
Right.
You are in pretty comfortable circumstances.
Nobody's rapping.
Yeah, you can always eat. You can eat when you want to eat. The bathroom's right there. But it's like, when you're in prison, that's when you really get that, like, you start telling stories to yourself.
Yeah, well, and you want to get out of it. It's like when I was on cruise ships, you start planning.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like,
Well,
dude, I'm going to make a
nothing
change.
like taking a long flight. That's when people start getting introspective.
And those are actually in prison. That's where the most hopeful people I've ever spoke to were in prison.
Ah, yeah.
How long you been holding
the thing
it
is,
down?
they have, it's like you're always doing, where you start talking about your plans.
Yeah.
And telling everybody what you're going to do. When you're in prison, you haven't been proven wrong yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can be locked up. I got 10 more years, but once I get out, I'm going to start Microsoft.
Yeah, I'm buying an ice cream truck.
I'm gonna start a car dealership. Then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a brand deal.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no penalty to talking. So
Well,
you can just talk all day and like get yourself hyped up.
I think the prisoners, if I had a prison, I'd tell them, listen, you guys got to start reading books on sales because they're natural con men.
Right.
Think about how good a prisoner...
Figure out how to start a moving company.
Or sell a car.
Moving company, though, that is something that people
That is a prison thing.
There's no background check to be in a movie.
Or installing cable dishes. A lot of prisoners do that, I think.
Well, there's some jobs where it's like they're going to run a background check on you. This is going to be a problem.
Car detailing.
Well, anywhere where you got to actually fill out paperwork. But if you're a mover, that's just a cash gig.
But the problem with the moving company is those prisoners, that's how they got in there in the first place. They don't want to actually work. Yeah. They'll steal something.
But I mean, how bad do you want to stay out of prison?
I think they're better off ripping people off selling Cadillacs.
Nah, that's how you definitely end up back in prison.
You think?
Because these guys aren't smart.
Yeah.
That's what people always say, get wrong about criminals. Is thinking that they're smart, crafty people. It's like, no, if you were smart, you wouldn't be in prison.
Right.
So it's like, take that as a lesson.
Yeah.
That's what I did a video about this, but it's like everybody should know that like this is what happens when you tell kids that they're special when they're growing up.
Yeah.
You telling kids that you're special. You're the one. It's like that. they're gonna take that and think, "Oh, I'm smarter than the cops."
Right.
Oh, the cops got cameras everywhere, but I'm smart.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be the guy who doesn't get caught. It's like, no, you're gonna get caught.
Yep.
Every criminal these days, when you watch a documentary about crime, every criminal deletes their text messages. They send some incriminating shit, and then they say they delete it.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, your phone doesn't delete text messages.
Right.
Every text message is in there. So it's like when you go to court, that shit is all coming out.
It is always the hood dudes. Like, I always like to listen to them talk out here. They'll try to tell you the law. Like, you need a search warrant. It's like, bro, these cops, they're going to lie too.
Exactly.
Like,
who are they going to believe? Who's the court going to believe? The
Yeah.
cop or you? It's like, no, you will always lose.
You're donezo.
Don't ever think that you're going to outsmart. That's why I think most prisoners, it's like you want to build up their confidence in the sense that, yes, you can turn your life around, but it's like, no, you're not going to be Scarface coming out of here.
Right.
Where it's like that guy came out and then like became an even better criminal. It's like that's never how it works.
And, you know, a lot of times they start slipping up when the drug ones, the guys that are in prison for drugs, then they go to that halfway house. That's where it all goes down at. You meet,
Yeah.
you know, my buddy met a girl in there. I was telling him, I'm like, buddy, you don't want this girl, you know, you don't want to be dating a girl in a halfway house.
Yeah.
So, you know, she ends up getting out with some money. I don't know. She ended up selling her car. I guess she was doing Uber Eats. Sold her car, got like $7,000 for it. And, dude, they did crack for about a month. You know, he's back in prison.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be rule number one for getting out of prison.
They drug test
Don't
you.
even do a little bit of crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody does like a small amount
Or
of crack.
Xanax. He told, you know, whatever those drugs are. And honestly, anytime I've talked to a girl in like a halfway house or a weird situation, a rehab program, it's never worked out. You got to get them 4 or 5 years after the program. Meet them at church.
I think just in general, it's like when you the first 6 months you get out of prison, it's probably not the good time to date.
And
You know what I mean? Just wait for a little while.
Yeah.
Get your life together and then try to meet the girl. But
Yeah.
don't try to meet the girl when you're still like at that on the way up.
Oh, yeah, if you're in the halfway house too. Yeah, it's like, buddy,
Hold
what
on,
are you
you
doing?
just can wait.
Yeah.
You'll meet a girl.
Get the full house.
Well, sign the lease
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
and then go in. But it's like, don't try to
You should only be living with your furniture.
yeah. But it's like, don't think that you're going to become a stepdad when you just got out of prison. It's
Yeah.
like one thing at a time. That'll come later.
Well, see, that's the problem with, like, when I detailed cars and you meet a lot of those prisoners, they pay you that same day. You know, your first day on the job, you might walk out with $270 cash.
Right.
That's going to be a problem. You're
That's
going
trouble.
to a halfway house with that.
Yeah.
You get a girl all strung out. You meet her in the house. You got $270 cash.
Yeah. That's gonna be tough.
That's where it all starts.
Yeah. Anybody in prison right now? Wonder if they're watching this. Huh?
Yeah, probably on their little iPads.
Yeah. You got all day long.
You know, when people get out of prison and turn their life around instantly, it's crazy too. It's like, man, this dude's doing better than me.
Well,
Dude,
he's so motivated.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Even like when you first got off the ships, there was probably like a week where you were just super like
I was.
everything is like I'm doing it. This has
Posting,
to happen exactly. Yeah. But then after a while, it's like Mike Tyson. You know, it's hard to wake up with silk sheets,
Right.
whatever. It's like you're used to the world.
Yeah, I did go back to being myself, dude. I can't even fathom going back on them ships.
Yeah, it might have to happen though, right?
I think I'll go on one or two, but I'd rather work first.
Yeah.
What type of job should I get? I want a part-time one. The weed store said they'd hire me.
Yeah.
Should I work there?
Probably not the best environment for you, but you know, work's work.
Yeah.
That seems like the kind of job you are just going to be sitting around. How much work could there be to be do at the weed store?
I just be talking to people all day, and I'm kind of a celebrity there. People stop in looking for me. So, yeah.
Even that though, that is also like that's not a legal business.
Yeah. Well, I think it is like a licensed
The one right here?
place. No. Down the street.
Oh,
the real
okay.
one. It's a legal one.
Oh, okay.
Nah, this dude wouldn't hire me. No, this is a legal store.
Well, I was thinking that's like it'd be like working at a bodega or something.
Yeah, nah, they wouldn't even hire me, dude. You got to be 12 years old.
Yeah.
I would. This one's a real business. There's about 18 people working there now, so I don't know how much work I'd even have to do.
Well, that's just like you go into the back and you grab a thing and you walk, come back out.
Probably sweep up the floors.
Yeah, you're just hanging out.
I want to find something easy.
That is an easy gig.
Or busboy. I would do a bar back somewhere.
Yeah. Like I was saying, the weather is about to start getting hot out. You got to get the tank top going.
Yeah.
You got to get a towel you throw over your shoulder. You crack a little joke, wipe off the table.
Well, I'm getting in good at a couple bars. That, it's kind of cool. I popped in a few places, and these guys know me. It would be kind of fun because now I have to work somewhere, but now I don't have to deal with being some, like, I was a bar back before you get treated like dirt. But if they like your Instagram already, they just want you around.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, you got to develop a character for yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You don't have to necessarily develop a reputation as being a great worker.
I need a cool nickname.
Well, you just got to be. You got to show up. You got to be the guy who everybody's like. He's like the fun guy.
But the nickname starts at all Tootsie.
Little Dommy.
Or something.
Yeah.
Nah, Little Dommy don't work. I tried it. I need something unique. Like my buddy had the best nickname, Skinny.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loved him. He was skinny too, but it's just the nickname.
It's got to be like Chevy.
Oh, something cool like
little
that.
Impala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impala.
T-top.
Oh, T-top's cool. Something like Skinny, but better.
But I mean, like, you got to just develop a personality, like a character. When you walk in the room, it's like a sitcom.
Yeah.
Where it's like this guy comes in, he's gonna say something funny.
Yeah, Boots.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? They call
He's
me
gonna
Boots.
go in, zing, zing,
Yeah.
and then just wipe off a table.
It's all about the laugh.
Yeah. And then you got to get like some like immigrant guy, who's like your buddy.
Yeah.
Who's like your intern.
We'd have a show.
He does like all the actual work. You're
Yeah.
the guy who's just like in the front of the bar, just zinging people.
He's the comic relief.
He's back there running around lifting boxes and shit.
Yeah. But he could always have the sarcastic comment.
Yeah. And then you end up marrying a sister or something.
I think we can make it work.
Yeah.
We gotta get a hold of William Morris.
So wait, so are you still signed up for the ship?
I don't have one coming up.
Oh, yeah.
They took that other one away from me too. I mean, they changed the date to like 14 days. I couldn't do it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's no good.
I would fly to Greenland if I could. Or no, it was Australia. I'd
Oh
want
my
to see
God.
Australia though.
Oh, wow.
It was just get on the ship and be at sea for the 13 days.
Good Lord.
I can't do it. I'll go nuts. I did that with Japan.
Yeah.
I think I started going a little crazy.
Yeah, I guess that is though. Like if you ever, that will like when you get back from that trip, that will be just like rocket fuel for you in terms of like motivation.
Dude, when you
Maybe
get
that's
off
what you need every once in a while. Maybe we should just try to get locked up.
Yeah.
Every couple months, you got to get locked up on Rikers for a couple days and then just come out.
My brother did 30 days. I talked to him every day, dude. He was he was motivated. He had a cartoon, wrote 2 scripts.
There you go. Yeah. Well, you end up just like imagine all you had was like you just have your laptop in you.
Oh, if a
you
dude
just,
in
like-
prison had a labby with
Oh, my
him,
God.
bro, my MacBook too,
Oh yeah.
and my can you imagine? Yeah, you're right, dude. I should get locked up.
Yeah. Right.
Do a quick
Anybody
little
out there
stint.
hooked? Yeah. Let's hook something up.
What would it take? Well, you don't want to be locked up in the summer, though.
Oh yeah. Well, a little aggravated assault.
You think if I punched somebody, I would only be 30?
New York City. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice guy. They'd throw you in Rikers for a little bit
Yeah.
just to make a point.
I'd come out rapping and shit,
Yeah.
earplugs. I feel like, dude, I could never go because you know why? I can't fight that good.
Right.
And, they put I found out what they do in Rikers. They put Vaseline on their shanks. So it's like, they're real. I think I'm a little bit allergic to petroleum.
Right.
So I got that issue.
The worst part about having that phone in prison, though, is that, like, if somebody, like, texts you or something, you have no excuse not to text back.
Yeah.
If they try to send you, if people, like, some guys always want to send you a YouTube video to watch,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't want to fucking watch this shit.
Right.
It's a fucking 3-hour Joe Rogan podcast. I'm not watching this. You're in prison. It's like, now you got to watch it. It's like, what else do you do? He knows you're in your cell.
How long do you think those family plans where they just are like, it's nice talking to Leon, but I think we got to cut the phone off.
Right. How much do you really want to see him? Those guys, they have a daughter or something on the outside.
How do they sneak the iPhones in? I guess just like anything else.
I think so. I think they also they find some way to charge it by like plugging it up into the ceiling.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
I see that.
Some weird shit with wires.
They're like, this is jail. You still get away with stuff. They should be electricians, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Or do something with microwaves.
Prisons, though, it's like you used to. I think traditionally you get like one phone call a week.
Yeah.
But it's like maybe that is better than having to because it's like then you call you have something to look forward to.
Right.
You call your mom every Friday, and it's like that's like your ritual. But if you have an iPhone in prison, then it's like, what, you just call every day?
All day.
What do
you're
you even have to
talking
talk about? You're in fucking prison.
They're talking about what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
How's little Jerry doing?
You know, spaghetti on Mondays.
No, and we had a whole pizza. Like, it looked like real pizza and everything.
Oh, yeah.
He put Skittles on it and made it look like...
The crust was actually just crushed up, ramen, but we call it pizza.
They do show the lunches. I follow some of those people. He's like, what's up? It's your boy Honcho here. There was a worm in the damn shit.
Oh,
I'm like, dude, how skinny do you think you'd get in prison? At what point are you like, I'm eating that shit, I don't care?
Oh, yeah. What a life, huh?
Yep. Well...
All right, well, at least we're not in prison right now.
Yeah, we don't got no cellies. And that was my celly. And the thing is, my celly, I told him, old head, right?
Yeah. So let's plug some dates, huh?
We got the same date, July 19th.
That's in Atlantic City?
Yeah, Atlantic City. What do I got coming
Let's
up?
plug the date for your cousin's wedding. When's that at?
That's Ohio, Youngstown, 2 weeks apart.
When's that coming up?
That's in June.
Okay, yeah. Well, we got to tape some episodes before you leave.
Yeah, we will.
That's going to be tough.
I'm going to start booking out some shows, actually. People have been hitting me out, so we'll see. Should I start the tour like after July 19th or before, or in that window?
What's July? For after the AC.
Yeah, because I got about 5 places just hit me up.
Yeah, you got to book that now before before things get taken. So
yeah,
I think
you're
you
right.
just might as well book it.
I'm gonna book it. We'll get the tour going.
Where do you think you're gonna go?
I think I got North Carolina, 2 spots in Jersey, a spot in Florida.
Wow.
And one other spot.
Taking the bus?
I'm a fly. It's so easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A bus is this more than a flight. This is crazy. I looked at the bus.
Oh, really?
Buses are more than flights nowadays.
Yeah.
Greyhound got bought by some company.
Yeah, all those Chinatown buses they used to be like $10 to get to Atlanta.
Yeah, now it's
crazy.
expensive.
Yeah.
$113.
It's like fees and stuff.
Well, gentrification. All these white girls took advantage of it on TikTok. What's up? I'm going to Orlando for the day.
Yeah.
I give them credit, dude. I see some of these, like, I guess you call them gentrifier girls in my neighborhood. I'm like, listen, I'm not judging nobody, but I seen that guy punch somebody, elbowed him right in the head. Like, I get you're hanging out, sitting with him. He's a lunatic. You ever see the dude with dreads,
yeah,
redhead? Dude, he's violent. You see these girls sitting with him. It's like, are you crazy?
Anybody in New York City who's just sitting around outside, it's like there's a reason this guy has nowhere to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta hang out with somebody who's on their way somewhere. That's that way you'll be somewhere. It's like, no, this fucking guy this is his plans for the day.
Yeah.
I hope you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's true. Shout out to the women about that.
It's like an open parking spot.
Yeah, don't give them cat food.